On the 21st of November 2025, we welcome you to this heartfelt platform where memories live on. Today, we'll honor those we've recently lost, celebrate their incredible journeys, and remember the lasting impact of others. Together, we'll also talk about WWE legend R-Truth's emotional challenges, which have united fans worldwide. Subscribe to join our supportive circle. Sean O'Haire, born on February 25, 1971, was an American professional wrestler and television personality whose presence left a lasting mark on fans and the wrestling industry alike. Known for his striking look, explosive athleticism, and natural charisma, O'Haire quickly carved out a place for himself in the world of sports entertainment. He began his wrestling journey in the late 1990s after training at the WCW Power Plant, one of the most rigorous wrestling schools of its time. O'Haire made his WCW debut in 2000 and soon became a standout performer. Teaming with Chuck Palumbo as part of the Natural Born Thrillers, he captured the WCW World Tag Team Championship, earning recognition for his powerful style and fearless in-ring approach. When WWE acquired WCW, O'Haire made the transition and continued to build his reputation. His new persona, mysterious, bold, and philosophical, came with the memorable catchphrase, "You're either with me or against me." This character allowed him to showcase not just his physical talents, but also his ability to command attention on the microphone, making him a unique presence on WWE programming. Outside the ring, O'Haire explored acting, taking roles in television shows and films that further displayed his versatility. Despite his successes, he also faced personal struggles that impacted his life away from the spotlight. Sean O'Haire passed away at 43, leaving behind a legacy that continues to resonate with wrestling fans. He is remembered as a gifted performer whose intensity, creativity, and passion made him unforgettable. Tom Billington, better known to wrestling fans as the Dynamite Kid, was a groundbreaking British wrestler whose impact on the sport is still felt today. Born on December 12, 1958, in the small town of Goulburn, Lancashire, he entered the wrestling world in 1975 with a style that was far ahead of its time. Fast, intense, and fearless, Dynamite quickly stood out for his explosive athleticism and the raw passion he brought into every match. His career reached new heights when he teamed up with his cousin, Davey Boy Smith, to form the iconic British Bulldogs. Together, they became one of the most beloved tag teams in wrestling history. Their chemistry, high-energy performances, and unforgettable battles against legends like Bret Hart and Randy Savage made them international stars. The peak of their success came when they captured the WWF Tag Team Championship, a moment that remains a defining highlight for both men. Sadly, Dynamite Kid's career was cut short far too early. In 1986, a devastating back injury drastically reduced his in-ring ability and eventually forced him into retirement. The years that followed were difficult, as he faced ongoing health struggles, including severe mobility issues that left him confined to a wheelchair. Despite this, the respect and admiration fans and wrestlers had for him never faded. Dynamite Kid passed away on December 5, 2018, just shy of his 60th birthday. Though his time in the ring was shorter than many of his peers, his influence was enormous. He inspired generations of wrestlers who admired his intensity, innovation, and heart. His story remains a powerful reminder of both the brilliance and the physical cost of professional wrestling. Yokozuna, born Rodney Anoa'i on October 24, 1966 in American Samoa, was a towering and unforgettable presence in professional wrestling. A proud member of the famous Anoa'i family, he was trained by his uncles Afa and Sika, better known to fans as the Wild Samoans. When he arrived in WWF, now WWE, in 1992, he immediately stood out. Portraying a massive sumo-inspired Japanese competitor, despite being Samoan, Yokozuna captivated audiences with his size, intensity, and surprising agility. His rise to stardom was quick. In 1993, he defeated Bret Hart at WrestleMania 9 to win his first WWF championship, marking a defining moment in his career. He later captured the title again at the 1994 Royal Rumble, solidifying his spot as one of the most dominant forces of his era. Fans were always amazed at how a man of his size could move with such balance and command inside the ring. But behind the success, Yokozuna faced serious personal struggles. His weight continued to increase over the years, largely due to unhealthy eating habits and a lack of consistent training. Despite his natural talent, the physical toll of carrying so much weight began to affect both his performance and his overall health. Tragically, Yokozuna passed away from a heart attack on October 23, 2000, just one day before his 34th birthday. His death sent shockwaves throughout the wrestling world, deeply affecting his family and fans who admired him. Even today, Yokozuna's legacy lives on. He helped break cultural barriers in wrestling and paved the way for future generations, especially within his own family. He is remembered as a true giant of the industry, both in stature and impact. New Jack, born Jerome Young on January 3, 1963, in Greensboro, North Carolina, was one of the most unforgettable and controversial figures in professional wrestling. Rising to prominence in the 1990s through Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, he quickly became a symbol of the promotion's wild, hardcore identity. Known for his fearless appetite for danger, New Jack built a reputation on high-risk dives, chaotic brawls, and a raw, unfiltered persona that felt shockingly real to fans. He made his wrestling debut in 1992 and soon teamed with Mustafa Said to form the Gangstas, a tag team that blended street-inspired storytelling with sharp social commentary. Their promos were gritty and unapologetic, offering a level of authenticity that resonated deeply with ECW's passionate fan base. New Jack's career, however, wasn't without controversy. One of the most infamous incidents came in 2004 when wrestler Eric Koulas was accidentally injured during a match, leading to a legal case and renewed debate over safety in the extreme wrestling style New Jack embodied. Despite moments like these, he maintained a loyal following among fans who admired his intensity, charisma, and commitment to giving the audience something memorable every time he stepped into the ring. After ECW folded, New Jack continued wrestling on the independent circuit and made appearances in promotions like TNA and XPW. He later showed up in documentaries and reality TV, sharing stories from his wild career. Though he has since passed away, New Jack's impact on hardcore wrestling remains undeniable, and his legacy continues to spark discussion and fascination. David Von Erich, born July 22, 1958, was one of the brightest young stars in American professional wrestling, and a proud member of the legendary Von Erich family, a Texas dynasty that shaped the sport for generations. In the early 1980s, few wrestlers had the combination of talent, size, and natural charisma that David brought to the ring. At 6 feet 7 inches and roughly 240 pounds, he cut an imposing figure, yet carried himself with an easy charm that fans instantly connected with. It's no surprise he earned the nickname, the Yellow Rose of Texas. David was a cornerstone of world-class championship wrestling, WCCW, the Dallas-based promotion where the Von Erich name became wrestling royalty. Night after night, he delivered passionate performances grounded in strong technical skill and emotional storytelling. One of his most memorable contributions was his heated feud with the fabulous Freebirds, a rivalry that became the heartbeat of WCCW and is still celebrated as one of the most iconic storylines in wrestling history. Many believe David was destined to become the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Promoters, wrestlers, and fans alike viewed him as the natural heir to the title, and his rise seemed almost inevitable. But in 1984, tragedy struck. While touring in Japan, David passed away suddenly at just 25 years old, reportedly from acute enteritis. His death not only shocked the wrestling world, but also fueled decades of speculation and sorrow surrounding what might have been. Even today, David Von Erich's legacy endures. His passion, presence, and deep connection with fans cemented him as one of the defining figures of wrestling's golden era and a lasting symbol of the Von Erich family's powerful impact on the sport. Ronnie Aaron Killings, known globally as R-Truth, stands as one of professional wrestling's most enduring and adaptable entertainers, and even after decades in the spotlight, he continues to capture attention with a mixture of humor, athleticism, and unshakable spirit. Born on January 19, 1972 in Charlotte, North Carolina, Killings' path has never been a typical wrestling journey. Instead, it reads more like a testament to perseverance, creativity, and reinvention. At one point 8'5" meters tall and roughly 220 pounds, he has always blended charisma with physical talent in a way that made him stand out, even among giants in the ring. Fans admire him not only for the laughter he brings, but also for the authenticity and genuine kindness he shows whenever he steps through the curtain or interacts with the people who support him. Today, he remains signed to WWE and currently appears on the SmackDown brand, though his presence has varied over the years as he's moved between Raw, NXT, and other WWE platforms. His overall career has spanned rap music, comedy, serious championship runs, and countless unforgettable moments that have shaped him into a performer who feels like family to millions. Yet beneath the humor and upbeat energy, recent months have placed him in the middle of swirling rumors, physical challenges, and questions surrounding his future. Concerns that weigh heavily on fans and perhaps even on R-Truth himself. The reality behind the smiles, injuries and age catching up. But even the most vibrant performers eventually face the realities of age and physical wear, and for R-Truth, that reality hit hard in late 2022 when he suffered a serious quadriceps tear during a match on NXT. A quad tear is one of the most difficult injuries for any athlete to recover from, often requiring months of rehabilitation and leaving behind mobility limitations that can be felt long after a return. For someone in his early 50s, the road back is even harder, both physically and mentally. R-Truth pushed through with determination, eventually returning to WWE programming in late 2023. But it was clear to some observers that he wasn't quite the same in terms of speed and movement. While he still brought tremendous energy and personality, his body understandably struggled to match the intensity of his earlier years. WWE used him more in comedic segments, backstage interactions, and less physically demanding roles, which delighted fans who loved his character, but also sparked concern about whether WWE was slowly transitioning him away from active wrestling. Beyond the physical strain, performers in his position often face additional stress from uncertainty, not knowing whether their bodies will continue to cooperate, whether their employers will maintain confidence in their abilities, and whether the career they dedicated decades to is nearing its sunset. These internal pressures can weigh heavily on someone who built his life around performing and connecting with audiences. And while R-Truth continues to show resilience, the emotional and physical realities behind the scenes cannot be ignored. Rumors, contract questions, and quiet concerns about financial stability. As R-Truth continued appearing on WWE television throughout 2024 and into early 2025, rumors began to swirl online and among wrestling commentators about the company possibly shifting him into a non-wrestling role. Corporate restructurings across WWE, especially after the company merged with UFC under the TKO Group umbrella, triggered new waves of speculation about roster cuts, contract renegotiations, and talent being reassigned behind the scenes. Veterans, especially those with higher salaries or limited in-ring activity, are typically the first names to appear in these discussions, and R-Truth unfortunately found himself included in that conversation. Some reports suggested that his contract might be up for renewal in mid-2025, and WWE could potentially offer him a Legends contract instead of a full Performers deal. A Legends contract can still be valuable, offering touring opportunities, appearances, and long-term association with WWE, but it usually comes with less consistent income than a standard active roster contract. For a performer like R-Truth, who relies heavily on his wrestling career for financial stability, the notion of fewer dates or a reduced role understandably raises concerns. Professional wrestlers do not receive traditional retirement benefits, and many must continue working into their later years to maintain the level of financial security they want for themselves and their families. Though R-Truth has always maintained a positive, upbeat public persona, it's only natural that someone in his position would feel pressure when rumors of contract changes, downsizing, or possible release circulate. Financial uncertainty, especially after recovering from a major injury and nearing the twilight of a long career, can be as stressful as the physical risk of stepping into the ring. R-Truth responds to the rumors with heart and honesty. Despite all the speculation around him, R-Truth has spoken openly about his determination to continue performing for as long as fans enjoy what he brings to the show. In a March 2025 interview on the Out of Character podcast, he expressed that he still has the passion to entertain and wrestle, emphasizing that the audience's support keeps him motivated. He also hinted that WWE had big plans for him later in the year, though he didn't elaborate on what those plans might involve. His comments showed the same sincerity and optimism that fans have appreciated throughout his career, but they also carried a quiet vulnerability, the kind that aging athletes often feel when trying to balance passion with physical limits. R-Truth has never been someone who seeks pity or leans into negativity. Instead, he approaches challenges with humor and resilience. Yet even the most upbeat performers have to face uncertainty, and the gap between public confidence and private concern can sometimes be wide. His interview reassured many fans, but it also increased the emotional investment people feel about his future, as they recognize the delicate crossroads he may be approaching. The wrestling community's reaction: love, loyalty, and worry online, the wrestling community has rallied behind R-Truth with heartfelt support. Social media platforms like Twitter/X, Reddit's wrestling forums, and fan blogs have been filled with messages praising his longevity, laughter, and contributions to the sport. Many fans have expressed that he deserves an official farewell storyline when the time comes, something grand, emotional, and fitting for a performer who has given decades of joy to WWE audiences. They argue that someone with his legacy should not quietly disappear or be reduced to brief backstage cameos without the send-off he has earned. Others point out that while his comedy is one of the most beloved parts of his character, WWE has sometimes relied too heavily on it, overshadowing the serious and groundbreaking competitor he once was. This has led to discussion about how wrestling companies treat aging stars, especially those associated with humor, rather than championship success. Fans worry that future generations may not appreciate R-Truth's full range of contributions, and that his legacy may be flattened into just the funny guy, unless WWE chooses to highlight the depth of his career. That concern reflects a broader emotional truth. Fans don't just want to laugh with R-Truth. They want his career to end with respect, gratitude, and acknowledgement of everything he achieved. The Judgment Day storyline: comedy, conflict, and missed opportunities. In early 2025, WWE included R-Truth in a strange but entertaining storyline with the heel faction, The Judgment Day, involving him mistakenly believing he was part of the group. The angle blended physical comedy and tension, creating memorable segments where he interacted awkwardly with faction members like Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio. While the storyline was clearly comedic on the surface, Some insiders speculated that it could have been the company's way of testing whether fans would embrace R-Truth in a more serious direction if the angle shifted. That possibility hinted at a new avenue for his character, perhaps even leading to one final emotional feud. However, as months passed, the storyline remained mostly comedic, and no significant change in direction emerged. Fans felt that WWE may have missed a chance to explore a more layered version of R-Truth, one that blended humor with emotional depth and allowed him to showcase the full range of his abilities before approaching retirement. While the segments were entertaining, they also reinforced the uncertainty surrounding his role in the company, leaving supporters wondering whether WWE had a long-term plan for him or was simply using him for short bursts of comedic relief. Health and financial questions that often go unspoken. Behind every veteran wrestler is a lifetime of physical sacrifice, and R-Truth is no exception. Decades of falls, bumps, travel, and intense schedules take a toll on anyone, especially someone who spent so many years performing at such a high level. Recovery from his quad injury, combined with the natural effects of aging, raises concerns about how much longer his body can handle the demands of performing, even in limited wrestling roles. Additionally, performers approaching the later stages of their careers often reflect on financial stability, especially in a business without traditional pensions or guaranteed long-term contracts. While WWE provides significant opportunities, it also reshapes and reallocates talent frequently, and performers must plan ahead to safeguard their futures. Fans who deeply care about R-Truth's well-being hope he is protected, physically, emotionally, and financially, and that WWE offers him a role that honors his contributions while ensuring his long-term security. The hope is that he won't feel pressured to continue wrestling if it jeopardizes his health, yet also won't lose the financial stability he has worked so hard to build. These concerns are real and human, reflecting the quiet battles aging performers face once the spotlight dims. A future filled with possibilities, and a Hall of Fame spot waiting. Regardless of what path R-Truth ultimately chooses, one thing remains certain: his legacy is already secure. Many wrestlers, reporters, and fans believe he is destined for the WWE Hall of Fame, possibly as early as 2026. His uniqueness, longevity, barrier-breaking achievements, and ability to bring joy to audiences make him a clear and deserving candidate. Looking ahead, fans hope that he and WWE can work together to craft a final chapter that celebrates his career the right way. Whether that means one last storyline, a heartfelt farewell tour, a transition into a comedy or ambassador role, or something entirely new. What matters most is that the ending honors both the performer and the person behind the character. A man who fought through adversity, reinvented himself time and again, and stayed true to the spirit of entertainment. R-Truth has given the wrestling world laughter, music, emotion, and memories that will last long after he steps away from the ring. The next chapter, whatever form it takes, should give him the same respect, joy, and appreciation that he has given fans for more than 30 years.